Over the years, one of the problems that maize farmers have been facing is fall armyworms. Over the years, we all got to realize that fall armyworm has come to stay, and so farmers, you know, should be aware and then make sure to always protect their crops from fall armyworms. But sometimes, with some weather conditions, fall armyworm can really become a problem on your field. So I just want to welcome you to Farm with Samuel. My name is Samuel, and this is Abundant Rains Farms. This is where we produce all our maize for feed. Mostly we use it to feed poultry birds, and so we are here today to control fall armyworms. You see, if you look at the field, the infestation of the fall armyworm is very severe, and so because of the weather pattern of late, mostly if it rains a lot, the rains suffocate the armyworms so that their work will not be effective. But if it doesn't rain for a while, they become very, very effective on the field, and then they tend to destroy your crops. So as a farmer or as a maize farmer, you have to make sure that all the time, at least if you plant your crops or you plant your maize, you make sure by 7 to 21 days, you make sure that you control fall armyworms, even if they are not plenty on the field, or even if you've not seen the infestation much on your field. You need to control fall armyworm on your field. But before that, you have to also make sure that your field is very clean. Control your weeds, because farm sanitation is important. If even you haven't control your weeds, and then you come to control fall armyworms, mostly the armyworms can be hidden inside the weeds. By the time you are done with your spray, then you go back to the house, you come back and then you see that the infestation is still there. So make sure you control your weeds, and then you control your fall armyworm as well, to keep your farm out of danger. Because looking at this, if we leave this for some days or up to a month, you come to the field, you can see that all your crops will be damaged by the fall armyworm. So make sure that you control your weeds before you also control your fall armyworm. But how do you even scout whether there's fall armyworm on your field? Here, you don't need to scout, because if you visit the field right now and you see how the armyworms are destroying the crops, there's no need to scout. But if you plant your crops within 2 weeks and then you want to scout for fall armyworms, there are a lot of ways that you can do that. You can take a portion of the field, and then you go your zigzag way, yes, like a Z. You take that pattern to search for to scout for fall armyworm, and then you can also use the W method, that you go like a W, and then you scout for your fall armyworm. And how or when is it appropriate to apply your fall armyworm insecticide? It is very appropriate to do that early in the morning or late in the evening. So you have to make sure that you do it early in the morning or late in the evening, when the armyworms are on the crops feeding on it. So it is very, very important to take note. If you don't come to spray, make sure you are at the verge of losing your crops, because most of the farmers believe that it is the government who is supposed to supply them with the insecticide to control the armyworms. You see, when the armyworm started, government did its part to give chemicals to farmers to control the armyworms. But looking at the time that it started up to now, it means that farmers now understand how the fall armyworm works on their field, or how the infestation is. So as a farmer and as a businessman, you have to know that whatever that you are doing, it is your business. And so as if there's a problem, you also need to solve it very, very well. So you don't just plant your maize, sit down and just look at it just like that, believing everything is going to be okay if you don't work on the field. So fall armyworm has come to stay. And because of the weather pattern here and then weather pattern now, if you don't take care, you might lose all your crops, because we have about uh, 3 acre maize here that we are going to use it to feed our birds. So imagine if we lose all these crops, then we are going to incur another cost of going to buy feed to feed the birds. So it is very, very important to take care of your crops. As if you are sick, you go to the hospital for medication. So as when your crops, you see that your crops are not doing well, make sure any medication that is due your crops, you do it, to keep your crops in shape and also get the maximum yield that you are expected. If you don't control it, the maximum yield or the yield that you are expected, you might not get it. So it is very, very important to take care of your crops, to make sure you you know you reach or you get the results that you want. So my name is Samuel and this is Farmer Samuel. Make sure you kindly subscribe to our channel on YouTube and then on Facebook and all other social media platforms, for the best education and trainings, farmer interviews when it comes to agriculture. So we are going to control the fall armyworm. And one thing I almost left, or lest I forget, how do you even go about spraying or controlling the armyworms? One, you have to wear your protective clothing. Yes, you get a mask. If you have a face shield, you can also wear it. Then you get your long sleeves so that these chemicals, will not get attached to your body. So we are going to control our armyworms to make sure we keep our crops in shape and also to get the required yield or the maximum yield that we are expecting. So just stay with us and then let's control our fall armyworms. My name is Samuel. This is Farmer Samuel. So this is me ready to combat the fall armyworm. You don't have to use the clothes that you came home with or you came from home with, or even when you come to the farm with clothes to spray chemicals on your field. You have to change, yes, change. Or even when you finish, you can change. You don't have to use the same clothes back home. Or even when you get home, you can change. So me, I've changed what I brought to the field, and then we are ready to combat the fall armyworm. As you can see, we've already gone through some rounds already. So I'm sure we are taking the last part of the field. I also came here with my old boy, and then my cousin is also handling the camera. So I'm going to show how best you can use your chemical effective, and then make sure you also don't forget your nose mask. And one of the important things is that you have to find either a hat to wear or even anything that you can use to cover your head. So we didn't bring any hats, so I'm going to use this clothes to cover my hair. And then it's also important that you cover your eyes. So I'm going to just start with the application and how you can apply your chemical on the crop. So you come this way. So for your chemical to be very effective, you don't have to do it as if you are spraying or you are controlling weeds. This we are targeting the armyworm, so we have to use the nozzle of the sprayer or the knapsack sprayer and direct it straight to the funnel of the maize. What I'm trying to mean is that for your chemical to be very, very effective, you need to direct the nozzle of the knapsack direct into the funnel of the maize, so that the chemical will get straight contact with the armyworm. So when the chemical enters the funnel of the maize, what it does is it suffocates but the armyworms, thereby preventing them to work or to be effective on the crop. And you can see that the sun is even coming out, and if you had not come to the field early, by now the pest or the insect or the armyworms will be coming out from the maize by now. So it is very, very important to come to the field very, very early, so that you'll be able to control your fall armyworm. Indeed. Me summarizing what you know, the meeting and say, over from say about your bow spray, and I say, follow me about nobody, and about your bow spray. The one here say, we say, what are they out the ban? Oh, Sisano, now start at for the bow spray. No, make sure so be shot at there. I don't know, and count now. But video cut out, now I cut out. Na watumi abɔ spray ni kama kama na abɔ spray ni nso a sɛ ne be ya onto aduro ni ngunti no make sure say spray machine ano no wo be wura aburo ni mfimfini pɛpɛɛpɛ na watumi abɔ aburo no ho ban afiri emo ano ho. Intimidating the Samuel, just stay with me for the best educative things on agriculture. We bring you only the best and nothing else. My name is Samuel. This is Farmer Samuel.